Man, I looked for an update on that situation. I couldn't really find one, but you're a public figure in Oakland. What do you have to say to, I don't know, maybe one of them 5 people are going to watch this interview, or a lot of the kids in Oakland are going to watch this interview. What do you have to say to them if they're watching this right now?
Man, I'll say to the kids that's in the streets, because they have to, because I don't got no control of the kids who in the streets because they want to. I was never one of them. I was in the streets because I had to. It was because of the neighborhood I grew up in. My family was in the neighborhood I grew up in since like the 1930s. I had no choice of where I was going to grow up, where friends I played with or who I associated with at the age where my circumference is kind of small. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But for the kids in Oakland, I say, take the street serious. You get what I'm saying? I always wanted to be the one who was in the streets, can relate to all of the stories, but have like a different perspective that they can look at it, because I feel like a lot of people don't really have no content other than shooting, robbing, the ops. They're not really telling, the kids that it's even grown-ups. We all have some type of emotional point that triggers that. You get what I'm saying? Like the kids in the store. So if you in the streets, look at your life as almost like a video game. Everything is a different level to get out. Every level I've been in, I've had to deal with different things. You feel what I'm saying? And, if you have a hot head out here, which my dad always said, it's going to crumble your empire. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's cool to be tough, but if you're in the streets, you really just need a gun to protect yourself. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be creating no ops. Even if you do got ops, you still got to get money, and you got to protect yourself to get money. It costs money to go to war. It costs money for bail. It costs money for lawyers. It costs money for rental cars. It costs money to change spots. So really, when people say money ain't everything, it's different levels to that. You know what I'm saying? Because money is a tool to do other things. You know what I mean? And them other things is everything. Like how you gonna move, where you gonna stay, your freedom. You get what I'm saying? Your safety, that all of that costs money. So I tell kids, don't crash out in the streets for an image. You get what I'm saying? Because it's really not gonna pay off. You feel me? Like, let's say, and them dudes, let's say we glorify no snitching, right? And the 5 dudes, they go in this case and they don't snitch on each other, and they all do their 30 years and come out. What they would have got working at Walmart, you get what I'm saying, would have superseded what they would have got working in the penitentiary for 30 years. And we're going to glorify them when they come home and say, man, it's a real nigga. He didn't told he did 30 years, but we're going to skip over why they did it. You got what I'm saying? A lot of these dope boys, my pops was one of them. You get what I'm saying? And he told me this. He was like, they glorify us, me, you know what I'm saying? And when we break it down, he did 13 years. And he said, I really only had a 3-year run to get money at my height. You get what I'm saying? Because it works so long. You get so long to get there. You get what I'm saying? You got to build it up. You got to, start from the bottom to get to the top. That take years. Then when you get to the top, 9 times out of 10, most black men can't handle that, being at the top. So that's when that's like, it's almost a countdown. You know what I'm saying? And I lived through that. I lived through reaching my peak of what the streets can offer me. You feel what I'm saying? It can't go anymore. And I felt the change in people. I felt the change in their feelings and emotions. I felt like even a lot of my family said, they so used to me being who I was that it's hard to accept who I am if I'm not who I was. You know what I'm saying? In the past. So I can understand how many black men have felt like this is all that's left. But what I would tell everybody, like, the world is a lot bigger. You know what I'm saying? The little bubble we stay in and the things that we think about is much smaller compared to the big world. Once I start going out to the big world, you get what I'm saying? And like I said in the last interview, that $3,000 that stole in 30 years that they gonna do, or if they gonna do, hopefully they don't. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they, you know, the judge has some type of leniency on them that they're young juveniles, but none of that time is worth if them young dudes would have started a business and put shit 5 years into it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to be gangster. You get what I'm saying? They can, if they like the culture, you an example. You get what I'm saying? You started a company, you're a young black man, you invested it, you keep putting years and you grew. You know what I mean? A lot of our black men is going to take that time you did to be a millionaire to just be a quote unquote real nigga. And we really don't have no fucking definition to that. It's kind of just like, you know, you can give a dope fiend $5 at the store. He gonna say, man, you a real nigga, I love you.
Yeah.
I could be a rat. I can be a pedophile. I like kids. You get what I'm saying? I could be the worst motherfucker in the world, but I can go out and do frivolous things and be praised as a real nigga. And that's scary. You get what I'm saying? I think that's like a manipulation tool. You feel what I'm saying? The real nigga quote, because, you know, I done seen a lot of real niggas die and didn't get shit for it. But if you a rat, you know, that gets like blown up. You kind of get what I'm saying? Not saying ratting is cool, but I feel like the real nigga should be rewarded and it should be just as dramatic. You get what I'm saying? If you got 1,000 reposts of, you know, somebody who ratted, you know, and they spending their time and their energy, you know what I mean, for the people who did 10 years, did 5 years, didn't tell on their homies why 100 people can't put up $100. You get what I'm saying? And to where the culture creates some type of reward for real niggas. That's why everybody's snitching now. Because what's the rewards? You got Gunna walking out with a pretty ass girl. You get what I'm saying? And the Benz and riding his cars. You got 6ix9ine. He living his life. He posting $1 million every other day. So, and the real niggas just looking broke. You know, the community ain't supporting that. You get what I'm saying? It's no reward. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, everybody should put up a pot for real niggas if that's what they doing for however long they did. Like, okay, if a nigga keeping it real and he doing 5 years, okay, well, let's put at least 100, 200 a month in this pot, his whole biz, so he got something to come home to. He can open a business. He not coming to nothing. There's no structure in that, but they gonna laugh at you for playing this game for no reward. You get what I'm saying? So me personally, you know, telling people from Oakland, like, it's not really quitting ahead and giving up. You know, once you wake up, you have some type of spiritual awakening, man, you can let this shit go. You get what I'm saying? And it's best to do it while you ahead, before you have to leave being a snitch, being a quote unquote real nigga doing 15 years, because 90% of them niggas don't want to come home and they all tell me, I wish I never went in the streets. So all the young niggas start listening to them niggas and being them niggas now before you make those mistakes.